Hey team, we're back. Thank you very much. Simon Powell was first. I'm looking forward to catch up with you too, Simon. School holidays for the next week, but after that, we're all apples. Well, no, we're not, because we're not going to get together and eat fruit, are we? For those that are just joining in now, we had a catastrophic basic collapse of the YouTube stream. I don't know if it's something we said. We received some beautiful donations from Cane and Peppers and Daz to assist with our Changing Life foundation sort of thing that we're doing for Chanda in India at the moment. It's come up 6 signal again. I actually am not sure what's going on here, team. We're going again. Yeah, we're going again. Hey, Joshy M. And I understand this is Friday night footy. If your team's watching, you know, your loyalty should be to those, because tonight's about Brotherhood. You're still late. That's what she said. The writing's on the wall, as you can see. We're just numbers in the military. Okay, we'll just wait for a couple of seconds for everyone to jump back on, and then we'll be straight back into it. So, guys and gals, we've had Long Tam Platoon, battle honour for the 6th Battalion Delta Company. They marched out today. So right now they're probably at the School of Infantry in the Boozer, saying goodbye to their parents for the night as they go and sink a few beers and get ready to go to the battalions, but also probably straight into the mix with Talisman Sabre. And this is the best thing that can possibly happen, to meet your mates, make your mates, show what you've got in the barrel. Okay, that will give you the softest landing within the battalion. But sorry if you were thinking you were going to get a soft landing and a rest after doing Kapuka and Singo. It doesn't happen. Hey, Kaz and team, hey, it's the Northern Parrot. G'day, Kane. There you go, mate. Thank you very much for the Smurf shit there. I love it. Shannon. G'day, mate. How's things? I've always think Shannon's a beautiful name. Males and females, they rock it well. I've been pretty crook, to tell you the truth, mate. I look like a lesbian at the moment. It's not feeling good. But tonight we're talking about, we're talking about Brotherhood. We need a man. We all need a man. You know, that's why I hate that saying so much when someone says they don't need a man. You go, well, what happens when you need a jar opened? If you need a country protected, if you scream in the night, or someone that you love needs one. We all need a man. We all need the team. We need the village. So let's not talk that way. Josh Murray, evening all, just throwing out a question, everyone. How far in advance from when I can join should I begin the application process for jobs that aren't priority? Mate, just join whenever you can, Josh. When in doubt, jump on the Patreon. The link is in the actual comments. And, mate, you can jump on the phone. We have a one-on-one phone call, and we answer your questions, mate. But the short answer, start it straight away. Don't wait unless you've actually got some catastrophic red flags, which might be like fitness. It could be a medical situation, or maybe some study or something that is being actually sorted out in the back play at the moment. But otherwise, get straight in, mate, because if you get an answer, you know, or a question straight away that allows you to basically say, I'm ready to go, your career might start before you knew it. And if you don't, you might meet the girl of someone else's dreams and end up ultimately putting your dreams behind you and never applying at all. Kane, it's been a while, Kane. You're not a man until you've had a man, as they say. Well, if I was going to have a man, I'd definitely have to be on the front, because there's no way I could do it myself. Filth. Everyone to their own, and that leaves more girls for me. And with a head like my father's, I'm going to need them. Simon Powell. I don't need a man that much. They don't have boobs. Yeah, they do. But each to their own. Carl P. Back, baby. He's back. You know, he's got off the vehicle. He's escaped. Let me tell you something about Brotherhood, something that's very exciting. You don't often get the chance to say this, but the Army Reserve has got some exciting stuff coming up, which is probably is even more exciting than anything that's coming up for the regular Army. And that is the acquisition of the Hawkeye reconnaissance patrol vehicles with the remote weapon stations on the roof. I couldn't imagine anything better than having some beautiful $250,000 vehicle that can do anything. Basically, a remote control car can do in reality, and be just popping around in those, getting paid to drive them around, brand new, learning how to do those and how they're going to implement them as a reconnaissance vehicle on the battlefield. They're in for a real recruiting bonanza, I would imagine. You'd hate to be an infantry unit sharing the same space as the cavalry guys that are about to get these reconnaissance vehicles, because it's going to be a game changer. And I tell you what, the temptation to go into something like that would be there. Sleek Sonic, your videos helped me out a lot. Thank you. Thanks, mate. He's a professional kickboxer. And now I've decided to join the ADF. Well done, young man. And I have passed my assessment day and smashed my practice PFA. Waiting on enlistment day now. Sleek. Fantastic, mate. There you go. Elite levels of fitness. That is going to take you a long way. And I dare say, you've got your own injuries, I'd imagine, from being in combative sports. But at the same time, your flexibility is going to pay off dividends because you know how to train as well. Will I Am the NRL referee. That's a great name, especially for Friday night footy. Defence Force Recruiting changed their name to ADF Careers. Wonder why. That's a horrible name. ADF Careers. Recruiting is a name synonymous with military. They shouldn't change that. They shouldn't change it. It doesn't matter how much lipstick you put on a pig. The same guys will come and kiss it regardless. Leave it the way it is. Pepper says, I'll swap your Kaz. My head is like a desert. Not much grows there. I get it, man. I get it. Hair is something that is not my problem. Yeah. And having been to India and watched the entire process, there we go. Here's some other ones. Hey, Gold Loki, how you going, mate? PK. How you going, mate? PK. How's AK? Mate, so this is the 6 principles, I believe, that basically the calling cards, the bait, why people leave civilian life to go to the military, the path less travelled. So, as we said, adventure. The Marco Polo in all of us to get out and go and do the activity, do it for free. I reckon that's a big one. Mateship, brotherhood is one of the very biggest. If you're a team guy, or you've got some testosterone flowing through you, then you'd know the reason why people go to outlaw bikie gangs is mateship, is tribalism. The reason we go to any team sport is tribalism. The reason we're patriotic and love our country is patriotism. And one of the reasons we get called the R word is because people mix up, patriotism and tribalism with another word that starts with R, which is perfectly normal for everyone except white cis males like myself. Especially in rap songs, doesn't make sense to me. If you don't want to be called it, then don't fucking say it to anyone else. Patriotism, patriotic pressure can be a big one too when you look at the Anzacs, when you look at your grandfather, when you look at those that matter to you. Patriotism. Okay, paying conditions. Tonight can't go for too long, team. I am absolutely shagging here at the moment. Paying conditions. They will get people to leave the civilian world and come in there for something that the pay is great, the conditions are amazing, and you're surrounded by people like-minded. Stability. Okay, unless something goes down, unless you try the devil's lettuce, okay, you're going to be in a stable career. All you got to do is maintain that mateship stability, self-respect, projected respect, and you're going to be apples. You're going to be great. Once your first 4 years is over, after that you just relax. Okay, the first 4 years, you think to yourself, this goes on forever. When's my contract going to be over? But then before you know it, the contract's over, you're open-ended, and everything's fine. That these days are even going to offer you incentives to stay. Cash ones before they've asked you intend on leaving. I'd be taking that and putting it on the stock market. I'm not sure which one at the moment. Whatever we've got Biden or bloody Albanese in, it's going to be a great time to buy because the stock market is on the floor. Stability, yep. Escape. People will join the military to escape the life they're currently in, to get away from the bad apples, to get away from a bad beginning, from having shit families, shit parents, mistakes they've made in the past. It's logical. It's the reason why when it goes really bad, people go to the French Foreign Legion. In the USA, one of the only ways to get out of a shit beginning is a scholarship. There you go. So those ones again: adventure, mateship, patriotism, pay and conditions, stability, and escape. All of that wrapped in a ribbon of brotherhood. Band of brothers. Which includes females as well. It's the same team. Gold Logie. That's why I'm joining. Job stability, lifelong mates, save money, and ride off into the sunset. I wish I could do it again, Gold Logie. If I could do things differently, there's a few things I'd do differently. But I tell you now, most of that per se, I'd call it moral injuries, etc., mixed up with stomach, disease, low bowel diseases, etc. And ultimately what happened was I was shown the door. Since I was shown the door, I've been financially looked after in a way. The one thing that did happen is all of the money from that 24 years disappeared. You know, my super, that went. They take that, but then through a Class A pension, right, and a DVA pension, then those two together allow me to be in Sydney, to be near my daughter, and to see her and grow with her. And it really worked out well. You know, it doesn't for everyone, but they looked after me, mate, big time. I don't know what's going on tonight, team, with the actual with the stream, with the actual the signal strength, etc. Well, I am. After your 4 years, you look at doing something else to keep yourself in the green, to keep challenging yourself, keep interested. Absolutely. As Will says there, why would you get out of the army to do an apprenticeship when you can stay in the army and get paid double to be in an apprenticeship through Engineer Corps, where they also can't give you a pay cut, you know, as they retrain you into a better version of you. You know, fantastic. Nothing like crap that crapping through the eye of a needle. Yep. Shannon, mate, every single reason you mentioned is exactly why I'm joining up myself. Well, let me say it to you again, Shannon, because I like your name, mate. The adventure. Leave the path less trodden. Be able to, like the guys in Talisman Sabre, about to go from Civvy Street to Kapooka, becoming a number, 2308839, and then going to the School of Infantry, School of Transport, you know, School of Engineers, Signals, etc., Intelligence, MPs if you must, Artillery, Armoured Corps, and now all of a sudden they're about to march out, and they're going to be working with more than 30,000 other soldiers from coalition forces, everything from submarines to helos, okay, to maritime operations with the US, you know, in beautiful, pristine waters, you know, and thinking, how good is this? I'm actually getting paid extra to do so. And then at the end of the year, I'm looking at getting 6 weeks off where they're going to pay me to go home to see my mum and dad. Mum and dad and Denny. They saw the marching out parade at Puckapunyal. So, adventure, mateship. What can I say? You start with 100 points. You meet people. You make friends. You have handshakes. You lift a beer. You train together. Okay? You swap stories. Swap wives if you must. And then from there, that mateship is forged over years of courses, of working beside each other, of sitting under hoochies in the rain, you know, of laughing. Patriotism. Do I need to say more? It's something that's dwindling these days, but we need it. We need it back. Before, we have to have it. Okay, it's funny, everyone endorses the patriotism of Ukraine, but it seems like it's a dirty word when you say it about your own country, that is. Pay and conditions, fantastic. You know your pay's going to be there. Okay, stability, yep, again, it goes hand in hand with the pay and conditions. Excellent. Dental, medical, physio, all of these things you can't take for granted in civilian life. And the escape from the wheel that you're currently on. You know, well done. Hey, Scotty, here you go, mate. Driving wheels, truckie. Nicole's got to go. Needs to go and charge my spine up. Have a great weekend, everyone. Nicole, ninja noises right there for you. Simon Powell. For those that don't know, that Nicole has had a bad back for a very long time, and the military has come in, and DVA has looked after to her for her medical situation too. So that's another example of the cavalry coming in to help you when life is getting hard. Shannon, sounds bloody appealing to me. My great-grandfather was the 2nd 24th in Tobruk and came home alive, so that's a huge motivator too. It absolutely is. It's important to come home alive. We want you to. Make sure you finish year 12 before joining, where you can, yeah. Absolutely. Because there's also no need to try and get there early, to get there younger than what your frontal cortex requires you to be. Because the military is not easy, team. We never really talk about that. The Brotherhood is contractual. You still have to be a brother to them too. You have to be intelligent. You have to be proficient. You have to be capable. You have to finish what you start. And you have to make sure you don't make your team, what would we say? Suffer any blemishes. Don't embarrass them. Don't hold them back. Don't be unfit to the point where they will suffer, because you've got a platoon sergeant like Kaz who will take great glee in shuffling my fingers as I make cruel medieval torture PT sessions for you to improve, and I will make you improve. To be the slowest person in a call sign can be absolute hell. It can be hard because you won't be accepted and you will get pressure, but it can also be extremely hard because the life of the person travelling at their fastest because they've let themselves go, or potentially hiding an injury, can also be very, very difficult. And I've seen that done poorly. What else is everyone I met that didn't finish school wish they had? There you go. That's a great one. Guys and gals, this seems to be a really, really sick stream tonight. What I might do is I might let you go, and I might put out a video for you tomorrow or the next day, because I know at the moment you're being very loyal, you're being very respectful, but it just seems like tonight it is very, very patchy. And I'd hate for someone, if this is your first time here tonight, to think this is indicative, of the show we put on. What do you reckon? Do you want to talk for another 10 minutes, or are you happy to get out of here? What do you reckon? Hey, well, Morty, let me tell you, I do apologise at the moment that I'm not a technical geek. And at the moment, it seems like it is lagging like buggery, and I don't know why. I really don't. We're talking about mateship tonight, Morty Studios. What's your story, mate? Is there something interesting about you that we could know, Morty? It's important that we know the important people. Kaz, do you have a corporal who had a big influence on you while you were a digger, mate, and pass that on to other soldiers? Get well soon. I will, Sahara Sand. Jenny. Hey, Jenny G, how you going? Look, I had some fantastic section commanders, but you probably weren't ready for this one. Will.i.am, the NRL referee. I had some bad section commanders too. Some of those bad section commanders taught me nothing. Okay, and what's worse, they weren't very good examples of what I'd look up to. And it was that example that actually made me and my compadres watch them and say, we're not going to be like them. I'm never going to treat my men like them. So sometimes the lesson we learn from a negative observation of someone else, can be enough to make us the best version of ourselves, prevent us from the folly that can come with a sense of, what do we say, celebrity that some people perceive they may have. Okay? We see that with footy players too, don't we? Yeah. There's ways to lead men and there's ways not to. Right? Consistency is an important thing, and leading by example. Everyone can accept following a dickhead as long as he's the fittest, strongest, capable dickhead, and you think that's just the way he is. He's got a little bit of Gran Torino in him. Yeah. Gold Logie. Hey, guys, your thoughts on scoring an 8 on the beep test? I understand it's a bare pass. Just want to know what I should be hitting. So I'm not at the back of the pack. Well, 8 is a pass. 8 is a pass. And that should scare you enough to go, hey, it's a pass, but I know it's not going to be enough for the basic fitness assessment. Okay, once I actually get in. So what I'm going to do is actually now you know that you're in that position. Where are we? Nope. It's not that one. Wait 2 seconds. Wait 2 seconds, sir. Anyway, we'll get to it another day. Where'd that come from? What have I done here? Oh, there we go. BFA table. Where is it? What's it actually called on here? The red corn chip. Why wouldn't it be hiding down there? Okay, where are we? So check that one out while we're talking, mate. And just understand that, that's waiting for you. And that is not what I would consider fit. That is the bare minimum to exist in the Australian Army. The bare minimum. And that's why it's called the basic fitness assessment. So get all over that, defeat that, and remember whatever you put into fitness also pays off in the bedroom. It'll make you the best man. Carl Benster. G'day, buddy. How you going? Morty Studios. Hey, Kaz. Yeah, found your channel just recently and found your streams and videos very helpful. As currently I'm in the Army Cadets as a corporal looking to get in the ADFA eventually. Keep your dream, mate. Keep your dream. Never let the power of your position, especially over cadets, go to your head. And remember that you are actually talking to tomorrow's future soldiers. They will blossom into something, either good or bad, based on the leadership they receive, and they deserve the best, especially when they're not getting paid. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Kaz, looking handsome today as always. Lots of love. Thanks, John. Thank you very much, mate. At the moment, what happened was I went to shave a little bit off, took a little bit too much, and then I ended up going full lesbian right here. Techno Tard, says Jenny. Yep, me too. Carl P, you're an athlete in combat role team. And KP, you would be able to say what it feels like and what it looks like when someone turns up unprepared and the pain they go through. Don't let your mates down. Remember, the reason we join is adventure, mateship, patriotism, pay conditions, stability, and the escape of our previous life. So don't turn up and think you can be a fugazi fake diamond, and be able to disappoint all of those that have done the work, right? Which ultimately will be a reason why you might be a little bit further ostracised, okay, until you pull your finger out. Especially if it means that you stand out on on an activity in front of coalition forces. If you embarrass yourself in your call sign in front of coalition forces, watch out. Pepper says, I've been doing 50 push-ups a day, but really need to lose the weight in the middle. That's what she said. You may be pregnant. Apparently we can get pregnant now. Brady Kaz maybe look into doing a standalone vid on the topic you put forward. Brady was talking about nor the years condemn, okay, in the ode. So the ode, as we know, ladies and gentlemen, is they shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. What does that mean to you? Nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget. Nor the years condemn. So basically we've got to be careful. What it means to me, Brady, is we've got to remember people fought at different times. when the world was a different place, when there was repercussions, when there's those that stood up and said, not on my watch, I will stand. And thank you very much, Carl P. Take the bayonet. And I will do what my grandfather did. Okay, and I will be a band of brothers. We all need a man. And I'll put this on and I'll know that that's a blood groove. It's there for a reason, team. This ain't there to fucking open cans. You know, the Jap was allergic to it. So was the German. So was the Italian. You know, so was the Korean. You know, the Chinese, etc. as well. Right? You don't ever want to find out what happens with Australian steel. You know, it might not be folded like a Japanese samurai or tanto, but it works and the enemy is allergic to it. You know, and it should be a hat badge. What do you reckon, Carl? Boom. The umbrella and the bayonet crossed together to show administration mixed with capability. That'd be a good one. That would be good. Push-ups is a fantastic way to start, team. If you want to get a little bit of a V to your chassis, inverted V that is, right? You want to get a little bit harder chest, you know, get some triceps going as well. You know, jump in, do some push-ups, try to go for 50 an hour, right, during your working hours, say 6 hours a day. And the missus is never going to be upset by that. Or the mister. Elton John or anyone that works for Qantas. I feel sorry for them buttons, being the hardest working buttons in the ADF, holding the big boys' tummies. Yeah. We do get a fairly special button, reinforced, you know, issued to us, I'd imagine. I believe it means that you don't get judged for what has happened in the times of conflict. Yeah, that's what I'd imagine too, mate. You know, you can't be angry at Robert Smith and not look at the Lancaster bomber, you know, doing bombing runs, hundreds of runs, you know, and dropping bombs on civilian centres, etc. Watch Hacksaw Ridge last night and the fair dinkum, mate. Those blades cause some damage. They do, especially when there's intent behind them. You know, some of the stories we always look for Hollywood stories when, I tell you now, Australia and New Zealand, let's not ever forget our Kiwi brothers and sisters. Holy shit, did they not represent well. You know, they were some scary mofos. I'm glad they were on our side. You know, some of the work they put in World War I and World War II, not to mention the conflicts in between, the professionalism that they actually display today in places like the Sinai and other MFO positions, etc. Outstanding. They really are. And we police our own a lot harder than we police others, believe me. So that means that people know when we come over, there's no need to basically pass judgment or make a big deal, because once things get to Australians and Kiwis' ears that their soldiers have done something wrong, they're very quick to very quick to police that. Well, have an exit strategy if that's 4 years or 40 years. Start planning for it. Yeah, that's a really great point, White Whale. You know, some of the reasons why people get absolutely trapped inside the organisation are not understanding that your body's not going to be, you know, fantastic forever. You know, we quite often hear people talk about the BFA and go, but the BFA is easy. Yeah, really? It's not if you're 40 years old and you've been doing it for 20 years, you know, and you've got injuries from obstacle courses, injuries from APC ramps, you know, just repetitive carriage of loads of, okay, I wasn't talking porn. You know, repetitive heavy packs condensing your spine as well. There's a price to pay. There is. You know, no one says there's not. You know, but it comes down to, would you rather work in an office? Would you rather be in an apprenticeship and not necessarily have any mates? Working for not enough coin to pay for the insurance on your XLT Ranger? join the military. At least do 4 years, but like what Wales says, plan your exit. So in the back of your mind, you're always going, there is a red line. If it's crossed, I must leave. Because it might not be for you. It might be to do it for your children. It might be to do it for your missus. Not because she asked, but because she's been a fair income chick that's been there through thick and thin and deserves to see you. You know? There's some really, really good jobs that are getting thrown out to soldiers that are well into the six figures. You know, for their managerial skills and for the fact that when they turn up and they say they'll deliver, they do. You know? So have some respect for yourself, some respect for your future. And guys and gals, honestly, I can't see how you're going to set a foot wrong, to tell you the truth. You know, I understand the Army is different to what it was when I was in, you know, and got out 7 years ago. You know, I understand that, you know, but at the end of the day, the politics is there in every industry there is now, in everyone, you know, but it's not our bush. Okay, it's not going to be on operations. It's not where the rain is. It's not where the filth is or the danger is. Politicians and politics tends to keep out of it when it's where the glass is broken. Gold Logie, 100%. Sorry, I really am only mentioning movies, but also Danger Close, the Battle of Long Tan. Okay. The heart we fought with displayed in that movie makes me proud. That one's a difficult one, Goldie, because I think they just didn't have a choice, to tell you the truth. You know, I've spoken to one of the platoon commanders from Long Tan, and he admitted he didn't even know what he was doing. He said they didn't have a choice. They couldn't go backwards. They couldn't go forwards. They couldn't go left or right. You know, they were just lucky, you know, that they were fighting an enemy that hesitated, but also that they had the support of the APCs, of the artillery. You know, the fact that they'd had three platoons out and the enemy had thought, what the hell is going on here? How big is this force that we've ran into? They thought it was bigger than a company. Otherwise, they would have been wiped out straight away. Sean, I was thinking about Ukraine and people 18 plus going to the front line. How old is too old to fight? Well, they reckon 60 over there, mate. And what about fat people? Your thoughts, champion? Well, Sean, one of the disappointing things about all modern armies at the moment is they're facing, how do we defeat this epidemic of obesity with our young people, which is now over 60%. That means that more than 50%, you know, of our males and females are unrecruitable, even in a time of war. You know, that's pretty scary. But it's also scary from an epidemic point of view. Right? You know, you'd ask people that are my age, when we used to tease someone for being fat, you know, and you look at them now, as like when you look at the pictures that when we used to tease them, they weren't fat at all. At all. Now they are. But in 20 years, what you're calling fat now, you know, there's going to be some PBs that are getting broken, I tell you. You know, but what's going to happen? You know, when are we going to be realistic about who should pay more for a seat on a plane? Or what's going to happen when we have the problems that America has in some areas, where now they've got fleets of special, Patriot camper, you know, ambulances. It's getting to the point of ridiculous. You know, you got to call it what it is. Carl's got to go. So do I, mate. Ace, g'day, buddy. Kaz, what's your advice for someone who is going for in-service commission? Oh, in-service commission. I'd say go in there with 100 points, mate, and accept the fact that you're the one that's changing your pedigree, so to speak. And from there, talk to someone else, Ace, who has done it, what the pitfalls are. You know, fat people need loving too. Depends how fat, Simon. You know, I'm willing to dabble, but I'm not. There's only so far I'm willing to go. You know, and what if you take them for a first date? A first date's becoming more expensive. I don't know. Jennifer G, do you get many transgender? I hope not. I really hope not. You'd think that would come out pretty quickly in the medical, as well as that of the psychological screening, wouldn't you? What can we do to fight the obesity crisis? Because we can't. We can't. Obesity comes with depression. What comes first? Is it the depression, or is it the eating as a tool? Is it kids being left behind, at home with an iPad, and $20 because mum and dad won't be home? I don't know. A lot of it's education, but at the same time, what you can't do is bring in complete no fat shaming, not bringing some level of ownership on the person that's put on the weight, and give them an out and call it a disease or call it something it's not. If you do that and tell them loved at all sizes, all of these sort of things, all you're going to do is perpetuate, the hole they're in. No one's saying to tease them, but don't bullshit them and tell them it ain't their fault. When they're eating pizzas like they're jats, it has to start with them. But if you're going to ask someone to lose weight or tell someone they should lose weight, then maybe you should be in some joggers beside them with a Fitbit saying, well, let's do it together. How did it get to here? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Active lifestyle, but don't give yourself an injury. Simon says for him it was depression came first. His way of fixing depression was to eat a lot. There you go. Isolation, I reckon, could be a really bad factor for it as well. We're herd animals. Okay, with males, one of the great things that we do is we tease each other. You don't have to have much weight at all and you're going to cop it sweet. Do you see what I said there? And then what we're going to do is we're still going to have that person with us. We don't cut someone away because of their body weight. But we will tell them, hey, bro, how about you relax a little bit on that one, eh? And have a conversation. Simon says he's getting thinner. I've dropped almost 35 kilos in 6 months. That's fantastic. And you just need to keep that going. But it needs to be sensible as well, yeah? Sensible. Scotty, mate, no donations from you, mate. I know at the moment you're looking after an entire family, driving wheels. Whoop, whoop. Jimmy Barnes. But thank you very much. Not so cow, sir. Not so cow. Having the conversation, Simon, I reckon, is the most important thing, is don't isolate any subject. Have debates with people. If you're an adult, you should be able to have a conversation. Kieran, how you going? Hey, Kaz, I'm currently down at Stingray training. Just want to say thanks for your videos. It helped me a lot a few weeks ago to get the Skippy badge. Kieran, fantastic. I'd love to know what battalion you're going to, and you're probably getting ready to go to Talisman Sabre. Amazing. What a good way to break the cherry, so to speak. You're going to love it. Mate, the Skippy badge means you are now part of a brotherhood as well. You are. And, mate, reach out if you ever need to, and I'll be here to help you. All right, man. Take it easy. And remember, it's not too long before it's Remembrance Day. Let's remember to remember. Okay, what I was saying, I was being sarcastic, just that a lot of diggers that became officers always seem to remind us of that. All right? Great work, Simon. Well, that's what this channel's all about, isn't it? People like Karen that have come back now and given the respect to the channel, said, hey, it did make a difference. Because imagine if you were watching right now and you were thinking, am I joining the Army for adventure, mateship, patriotism, even pressured patriotism, pay and condition, stability, or an escape from my previous life? What would you be thinking? You can listen to this lesbian-looking dude here, okay? Or you can listen to Kieran, who's telling you himself that he's just earned his Skippy badge and he's about to start his whole new life in a land of honour. So I'd rather listen to Kieran, and thank you very much, mate, because you are an the epitome of the message we're trying to say here, and that is that your life can be awesome. Yep. Hopefully 2 hour. There you go. He loves a bath. We all know that Kaz is from the 2nd Battalion, and I hope you get a crack at it too, mate. Just started that journey, Simon. I hate seeing triple digits on the scale. The funny thing is, Pep, is that it is a weird thing with men where we see 100 kilos as a milestone to get to. I want to get to the ton. You know, and it's one thing for it to be fight weight, but it's another thing if it's not. You know, and we know it's like descending in deep water. You have a weight belt on for the first 30 meters, but after that, you'll sink of your own accord. You know, and after that, you can't lose it. So you got to make sure that you have that healthy lifestyle. You know, that you're respectful to yourself and to others. But have the honest conversations as well. Yep. Well, team, let's get out of here. My throat is absolutely killing me. That's what she said. Thank you very much for support, for hanging in here tonight. You know, remember, being the brothers, you got to look after each other. It costs nothing but respect and putting your buddy first. You know, put your mate first, and they will accept that you are there for the right reason. And then from there, when you least expect it, they'll have your back. You know, and you'll be having the stories. You know, patting the backs. Hopefully going to more funerals than what you, more weddings than what you're going to funerals. Let's bring the franchise back. Big families, happy people, great food, big smiles, and some stories about a great life that's been lived. That's the best thing you can hope for. Hey, Peppers, thank you very much, mate. And you guys all have a great day. G'day, Comjack. How you going, mate? You know, have a great day, and when you get a chance, get to Sydney, go to Centrepoint Tower, go up there, let the DJ spin it, as Vanilla Ice would say, and the food is fantastic. Absolutely great. Guys and gals, it's great to be back. You know, I'm still as hoarse as fucking Far Lap, but, the fat lady had to sing tonight. Thank you very much. In conclusion, always have your mates back, and hopefully, when you need it, they've got yours. See you later. Take it easy.